Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppers. Today, checking out some more lagers, Weißbier, that I got from Wild Yeast Stouts and Beasts on Instagram. So thanks a ton for the beers, guys. They sent me some beers a little while back, some hype stouts, and some German classical beers. And these two are from a brewery I've never heard of before. These are from Keiler, and this is their Helles and their Dunkelweizen. So this brewery is situated in not Oberfranken, Unterfranken, I think. So in Franconia, actually, and they are something am Main. No, I forget the city name now, because there's it's not the actual brewery's location that's here on the bottle, because the bottles are contract brewed, but it's what is known as a Brauereigastrhof. So they do brewing on premise. They have a hotel. They serve food and whatnot. I've never heard of the brewery before. If you look it up on their website, it seems like it's a really classical place. But their bottled beers are actually brewed in Würzburg at the Brauerei Würzburg. I can't remember the name either now. It was something with Würzburg. And they contract with a couple beers for a few different breweries, which I'm guessing is just because these other breweries don't either have a bottling line or the capacity to produce anything but what they serve locally. So it'll be fun to try these. Never heard of them, never tried them. I think we'll start with a Helles. So as you guys know, I love great lagers. So I'm hoping these will be great. And I love the swing top bottles. But let's see. So pour is exactly what I expect. Crystal clear. Golden yellow color. It's a nuance darker than some of the Munich style lagers, Helles lagers, which I've come to expect a little bit sometimes from Franconian Helles. Sometimes they are a touch more rich in malt and hops. But looks nice in the glass. Whitehead, let's check out the aroma. Pretty classical stuff here. And it has a more robust malt backbone. It's like got that fresh kind of just Pilsner malt aroma, but there's also a little bit of a hefty, almost Munich-y, melanoid-y breadiness to it. And this one is like no hops to speak of. They talk about how it's really mild and balanced here in the back and how it's a Bavarian specialty. But yeah, I mean, it smells pretty much what I expect. It's not like the most enticing Helles, but it also smells pretty style correct. So let's try it. Cheers. Thanks for the beer, guys. Yeah. Pretty bang on. A little bit more rich maltiness, but it's not the best of the best. Like, the best Helles I had just by recent memory is Tegernsee. That was really good, and that's kind of larger scale production. This is a bit more flimsy. It's not as tight. Yeah. It's like in vibrancy, but that could be a freshness thing. I don't know when these were bottled, but there is a slightly more rich malt character on this than you find in Tegernsee. It's not as rich as this is more rich than that. Because there's that robust rich breadiness, classic crisp Pilsner malt taste. It's pretty devoid of hops. Like there's actually some hops in like Tegernsee, for example, or also like if we talk more the popular Augustina. Or Wagner, if we're talking Franconia, that their Helles is really good. Here, the hop character is there, slightly grassy, but it's very timid. Very, very timid. There's almost like something a little bit macro about it, actually. So let's move on to the Weizen, Dunkelweizen. So the Helles was 5.1%, the Dunkelweizen is 5.2%, and they talk about how this one is a beer specialty with special yeast, and it's dark in color and powerful in taste, or full-bodied and tasty. Vollmundig im Geschmack. That means we'd say fyldig smag in Danish. It means a filling flavor profile, I guess. So let's see how the Dunkelweizen is. So pours a hazy brown muddy color. Dunkelweizens are actually not the prettiest beers in the world usually. It actually looks really black on camera, but it's like a really dark, muddy brown. When I poured it, it was crystal clear because it's been standing in my fridge for a while. So everything just sedimented in the bottom of the bottle, but I swirled it up to get it hazy and everything. Let's check it out. I've also had a couple really nice Weizens in recent times, so this will also be interesting to see how this fares against those, because judging by that, it's going to be decent, but nothing major. Very coriander heavy on the nose. Very, very big coriander nose. There's definitely also a touch of banana bread, like a rustic banana breadiness. Sounds weird, but banana bread that feels rustic, almost like banana bread, and then also like the rustic sourdough-ish bread character of the Helles. Maybe more sourdough in this one than in the Helles, where it's just like more of a rustic breadiness, but because this has like some sippy acidity to it, maybe even lemons. Smells nice. Smells nicer actually than the Helles. Let's try it. Cheers. Yeah, it's a bit the same, you know. It's not as vibrant and inviting and like wow, like this. They're both a bit more like, you know, I don't know what you'd call them. I don't want to say run of the mill local German brewery, because that's a bit derogatory. Because they are well brewed for what they are, but they do not reach some of the really good stuff at all. I don't think. It's decent, and I think it's maybe if you've never tried some of the best, and this is some of the first like German classical beers you try, you probably think they're pretty good, especially if you're just used to like Heineken and stuff like that. If we're talking lager, at least. But I recently had quite a few, both Weizens and Weizen Doppelbock and Helles and stuff like that. That's really been rocking, really good stuff. These are decent enough, but it's not like I'm not fired up about them. Mainly this one, the coriander was more on the nose. This is more like a sweet toffee caramel note, a little bit of banana. Also feels a bit flimsy in the mouth like the Helles. But it's more fluffy though. The body's better. It's also a wheat beer, so it should have a bit more body. But yeah, they're not like super exciting. They're not super exciting. It could be a freshness thing with both. I don't know. But it's just as soon as I saw that they were brewed at a different brewery, I was like, what is this? Is this just like a random brand or what is it? I had my guards up, so I don't know if that's part of it too, but I'm just not super duper into these. They're not flawed or off. They're just not top tier examples of their styles. They're like mid-range. They're like maybe an 80 and an 82, or maybe actually 80, 78 and 80. Like, I'm not a big fan of this Helles. It feels borderline industrial. Whereas this is a bit more characterful and nice. They're not, but they're not bad, and they're definitely passed within their styles, but I'm not super excited about these. Oh well, that's how it is. But thanks for the beers anyways, guys. It was fun to try them. So yeah, an 80 for the Dunkelweizen and a 78 for the Helles from Keiler. Not the best first introduction for me, but who knows? Maybe they're better. Maybe it's just because I got bottles that are not super fresh. I don't know. I don't know how they do dates and stuff at this brewery. But if you had Keiler before, let me know what you thought of them. Maybe you know more about their beers and if they're even better at the source than the contract brewed bottles. I don't know. Let me know. If you have them. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram, give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers in my favorite Dunkelweizen, and see you guys in the beer review.